What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Grey Man Operations. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a flashlight, a tactical flashlight to be more precise. I like doing flashlight reviews because flashlights are generally less glamorized in terms of EDC gear, but probably one of the most important things, and also probably the only thing I can guarantee you that if you get one, you will definitely use it. Now, not all flashlights are tactical, and not all flashlights that have a tail cap operation are tactical. Things I look for in a tactical flashlight is ergonomics, output, and I do look for the tail cap operation, but that tail cap has to operate within certain parameters. I do just want to say, guys, if you do like this particular flashlight and you contact Mavs Gear, who sell them, just say you saw the review on Grey Man Operations, and they'll get you like a 200 Rand discount on the price, which is only 1,600 Rand, I think it is. So for a light with these specs, I think it's good value for money. When I review a light, I review it through the metric of the Cloud Defensive MCH, excuse me, because I believe it's the best flashlight on the market right now that money can buy, handheld flashlight. So whilst I'm not comparing, I do have a very high benchmark. Let's get into the Acebeam Defender P16 modes and functionality. So starting off on the lowest mode, which is 50 lumens, you get that for 22 hours. One cycle up is medium, which is 260 lumens, and you get it for 5 hours. One cycle up is high of 900 lumens, and you get that for 3 minutes. One cycle up is turbo of 1800 lumens, and you get that for 50 seconds with a max Candela of 58,564. The max beam distance is 484 meters. The Acebeam Defender has an offset plunger style on-off switch with momentary on, as well as a cycle switch, which also acts as an immediate strobe button, which we'll talk about a little later on. Strobe is in 1800 lumens. Whichever mode you leave it in, once you put the flashlight off, it will also remember that mode. However, strobe will always be in 1800 lumens regardless of the mode it's in. Beam shots. In all modes, the Acebeam Defender does have quite a bit of Candela. Even in the 50 lumen low mode, you're still sitting with 2700 Candela. As the modes cycle up, the Candela produces a very clear and discernible hotspot. 58,564 Candela is more than sufficient to punch through photonic barriers and give you a really powerful hotspot, giving you the capacity to not only positively identify whatever you're looking at, but also potentially remove and control the visual horizon of a potential attacker. The 1800 lumen strobe function also has what's called a disruptive frequency, which means the frequency of the flashes changes to heighten the disruptive capabilities. Durability. Now, as you've seen, I dropped the Acebeam Defender P16 a few more times than my usual 7. That's because on one of the drops, the flashlight switched off. I regard this as a failure. If it's dark enough for you to be using your flashlight and you by mistake drop it, if the light switch is off, there's a high potential that you can't find your flashlight afterwards. I found that the tail cap had come slightly undone. That could be as a result of the previous few drops. I tightened it, dropped it again, and all is working fine. As far as I'm concerned, that's a pass in the drop test. And if you look at the light, it's not really damaged. The lens is coated in order to provide for further durability, and there is a crenulated strike bezel that you can use defensively or in emergency situations such as trying to break glass. Control. The Acebeam Defender has an extended plunger style tail switch which is spring-loaded. The more you press it, the harder it becomes to press. This gives you really good control of momentary on. It is also offset to make way for the cycle switch and the immediate strobe button, which we'll cover in the next section. In my time EDCing the light, I had no negligent discharges or pocket activations, simply because the buttons are quite hard to press. There's a very deliberate button press required in order to function the light. Anyone who uses the light, especially in a defensive situation, will understand that control over when the beam is on and off is vitally important. You want the light on when you want it on, but when you want it off, you want it to switch off immediately. And this is the vitalness of momentary on. I found that even when using gloves, I could feel the button through the gloves and was able to control it without any real hassle. This is very important for people who operate at night or who work or live in environments where the weather isn't that great. Special features. The Acebeam Defender P16 has an immediate strobe button that offsets towards the edge of the tail cap. This button can be activated at any time in any mode to give you an immediate strobe. This is one of the only flashlights I found to do this successfully. The only other one that I've seen is the Nightcore P20iX, but you're looking at a price difference of nearly R1,000. Previously, I wasn't a big fan of this kind of thing because I always found I would put the light on and then by mistake press the mode button and cycle the light down to a lower mode setting, or by mistake activate strobe. This is not something I found to be a problem with the Acebeam Defender. And if you are looking for a flashlight that has an immediate strobe and you want it on a decent budget, this is definitely something you should give a look at. What's in the box? Inside your Acebeam Defender P16 box, you will get the Acebeam Defender P16 flashlight, a 3100 mAh USB Type-C rechargeable 18650 battery with the charging port on the battery itself, a USB Type-C charging cable, 2 spare seals or O-rings, an Acebeam warranty card, and the user manual. Guys, before we do pros and cons, I just want to say it is vitally important, especially if you live in South Africa, that you have a decent flashlight. As most of you will definitely know, we have current electrical issues where almost every day, at some point in the day, we have power outages. Having a decent, high-quality, survivable handheld flashlight is extremely important, not only for convenience, but for personal safety. A large proportion of crimes happen in environments of low light. The ability to illuminate your environment and positively identify any potential threats is extremely important to your own safety and the safety of your loved ones. Pros and cons. So for me, the pros are the size of the Acebeam Defender. It's quite a reasonable size. It fits very nicely in the hand. It's very comfortable to hold and very easy to activate. Also the output. I do like the fact that we've got 1800 lumens and over 56,000 Candela. That gives me a lot of light, a lot of spill, but also a really powerful hotspot. Survivability. The Acebeam Defender survived everything I put it through, and it survived it quite well. And if you look at it, it's not really beaten up at all. It's still in really, really good shape. Price. For 1,699 Rand in South Africa, that's a very good price. Most flashlights in this light survivability and usability range are well over 2,000 Rand. And like I said, if you do contact Mavs Gear, who I will link down below, you can contact them on Facebook or Instagram and mention that you saw the review on my channel, you will get a small discount. One of the cons I do need to mention is the amount of time you get max lumen, max Candela for, which is 50 seconds. Now, it's very easy to cycle down if you need to, in order to ensure your light stays on. But I would have liked the flashlight to hold its max lumen, max Candela for a little bit longer. It is understandable though, because in this small body, heat does become a factor. And once you put it on in max lumen, max Candela mode, which is 1800 lumen and 58,000 Candela, you do begin to feel it heat up fairly quickly. So that is something to bear in mind. If you're going to use this for a long-term search, it might be best to dim it down slightly in order to ensure your light stays on and doesn't get too hot. Guys, the Acebeam Defender P16 from Mavs Gear. I want to say a huge thanks to Travis from Mavs Gear for hooking me up with this. He's actually one of my patrons, and I really appreciate his support and all of you guys' support who are patrons. Remember guys, if you are a patron, you get early access to videos, you get access to monthly giveaways. That is, the giveaway prize is the value of 1 year's worth of your patronage. This month it is going to be the Southwest Holsters Gunslinger pack, this chest rig pack that I'm giving away. I might actually give away 2 because this is so popular. I might do it 2 months in a row. So if you want to join on Patreon, the link is down below. It costs you like the value of a few beers to join and support and help me build this channel. If you wanted my opinion on the Acebeam Defender, if you didn't have a flashlight or you're in the market for a new flashlight and you wanted to have tactical applications, definitely give this a look. I think it's a really good value for money. It is one of only 2 flashlights I've seen so far where the immediate strobe works as designed. Whilst I never recommend things, I can say that this particular light has really impressed me, especially given its price. That is it, guys. I will see you in the week for a vlog. Have a good week. Be safe. Train hard. Cheers. God bless.